Welcome to tonight's edition of the Business Beat, sponsored by Royal Fidelity. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Let's take a look at what's making business news today. Kalina Holdings netting a profit of some $1.3 million up to September this year, with second quarter results affected by the reduction in the Bahamian prime rate. This compares to $11.4 million or $0.46 per ordinary share for the same period in 2010. According to Kalina Holdings statements, the company's total assets were $548 million as of September 30th this year, compared to last year's total figure of $525 million. Scotiabank's new managing director, Kevin Teslick, expecting to grow the bank's private banking and wealth management arm next year. With a national economic prediction of 1 to 2.5% next year, Mr. Teslick is hoping to surpass next year's financial forecasts. He told reporters during a media luncheon at Scotiabank's Bay Street headquarters Monday that the Bahamas is faring well financially than other jurisdictions in the region. Two directors received the first annual Bahamian Emerging Filmmaker Award, courtesy of RBC Royal Bank, at the closing ceremony of the 2011 Bahamas International Film Festival. Director Karen Arthur was the winner in the feature-length category for the documentary film about the life of Bahamian artist Amos Ferguson. Director Tyler Johnson was named the winner in the short film category for directing the film Five Bones. It's about a group of underprivileged children finding joy and entertainment by building kites out of the most basic materials. From the international business scene, U.S. banking giant Citigroup has said it's expecting to cut 4,500 jobs worldwide in an effort to reduce its costs. The group has put aside $400 million to pay for the cuts. It's the latest in a string of global banks to announce cuts as a slowdown in the world economy and the European sovereign debt crisis has increased pressure on banks to limit costs. And in regional business, Trinidad and Tobago will strengthen its financial sector, supervisory and regulatory framework with a $50 million loan from the Inter-American Development Bank. The IDB's program will focus on reinforcing macroeconomic stability to minimize the impact of exposure to any future vulnerability or systemic crisis. Remember, you can send us an email or join us on www.znsbahamas.com or become our friend on ZNS's official Facebook page. And that will end tonight's edition of the Business Beat, sponsored by Royal Fidelity. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Altaviz Munnings.